Hello, I'm Corbin Roop. I am a student at Weber State University, and in this video I would like to show you how to begin a project in Python in VS Code. So I will be following a tutorial from Visual Studio Code, and I will link the website in the description if you'd rather just follow along there, or you can follow along with me and I will help you out. To begin, here's the tutorial. The prerequisites, um, first you need Python, and obviously VS Code, and then a Python extension. So go ahead and I already downloaded this, but you can click on the Python from python.org right here. Go ahead and download that. And then when you're done, let's open up VS Code, and then you can go to extensions and download the Python extension right there. That is all you need to get started. Once you have those three downloaded, we can go ahead and open up a terminal in VS Code, and let's go ahead and check the version that we have right there, and looks good. So next, let's create a new folder. Let's call it hello, because that's what the tutorial is calling it. And then now we need to go into that folder, and to do that, we just type in cd folder name, hello, and let's go ahead and open up a new terminal of VS Code, but in that folder. And to do that, you just type in code, period. And as you can see, it opened a new instance of VS Code. And right here at the Explorer, you can tell we are in the folder hello. Next, as the tutorial says, for Python developers, usually they like to use a virtual environment. And to do that, we needed to install the Python extension. It downloads everything that we need. And next we need to create the environment, and to do that, hold Control, Shift, and P at the same time, and then type in Python semicolon create environment. Go ahead and click that. And we are going to do that through Venv, V-E-N-V, and just select your interpreter path. And that should be the one that you downloaded from Python's website. Once that is finished downloading, you can see in your folder you have the .venv file. And now let's just verify that we have the correct thing selected. So go ahead and do Control Shift P again. Type in Python select interpreter, and go ahead and select the one. Looks like mine's recommended, just the one that we just barely created. And we're good to go. Now let's go ahead and create our first file. Go ahead and make sure you're not in the .venv folder. Just go ahead and press add file, and let's name that hello.py, and it will automatically open it. Alright, let's go ahead and add some code to our file. For this simple file project, we're just going to type in a message and have it displayed in the terminal. Later on, we will have it roll a dice randomly, but let's just begin with the message. So to do that, you just type in message, msg equals, and then in quotation marks, type in roll a dice for your message. And then we go to the next line, and we want to print that message. To do that, you just do print msg. Okay, and something great about VS Code and Visual Studio is once you start typing something, it will show up possibilities that you want. And this is called IntelliSense. It is just supposed to help you with maybe common things that people do, or just things that you are able to do. For this message, roll a dice, we are able to replace it, capitalize it, all these different things. Let's not worry about that for now. But let's go ahead and Control S to save that message. Now let's run it through the terminal. To do that, you can go up here to the top right, this little play button, run Python file, It will open up a terminal for us, and it displays our message, roll a dice. Another way of doing that, anywhere in the editor right here, you can right click, go down to run Python file and terminal, and it does the same thing. Another cool feature that you can do, if you don't want to run your whole file, let's say you have 200 lines of code and you don't need to run it all, you can just highlight what you need to run and do Shift Enter, and it will just run what you have highlighted. That way you can just test a small portion of your code instead of your whole file. Now let's go ahead and open up the debugger. To do that, you just press F5. I've already set this up, so go ahead and press F5 and I will show you a picture, but go ahead and select Python file and it will open up your debugger menu. Right now I have it set up so mine just automatically opens when I press F5, but it should come up with something like this. And let's go ahead and let's add a breakpoint. To do that, you just click here on the side of the line of code that you want it to stop. And these breakpoints, once you enter debug mode, it will run all of the code until your breakpoint. And now you can choose what you want it to do. There's all these options. You can have it continue, and that just continues until the next breakpoint. You can step over, and that will just slowly go through your code. There are a couple more options, but let's just focus on those for right now. Let's go ahead and continue, and now you can see it ran our code. Let's go ahead and do that again. I'm going to just delete these just so we can start off with a fresh terminal. Press F5 and it will open up our debug terminal again. And let's go ahead and press continue, and there you go. Shows your code right there. Another cool feature with the debugger is, let's go ahead and enter the debugger again. Right now we are in print message. We can go ahead and go to debug console and you can play with this. It won't change anything up here, but you can view what it will do if you do other stuff. So let's go ahead and do message. It'll type in the message. Capitalize. That won't do anything since we already have it capitalized up here. Another one we can do is split, and that will split them up just based on the spaces. So that's another thing that you can do. Alright, now that we have talked about the debugger, let's go ahead and just close that out. We don't need a breakpoint here anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and add the random number generator to our functionality here. To do that, we need to use a package, and we will just type in import. The package is called numpy, and we will rename it as np, just to make it more simple. And let's go ahead and go below our message and type in our random number that we generate. To do that, let's do print, and we use numpy dot random integer, and let's do that between 1 and 9. Go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and run in the terminal, and you will see we come up with an error. Module not found. No module named numpy. And that's because we never actually installed numpy. We just imported it. Okay, let's go ahead and install numpy now. We can use a shortcut to make a new terminal, and that shortcut is Control Shift and the tilde at the top left of your keyboard, and that will open up a new terminal. And let's go ahead and install numpy. And to do that on Windows, type in py-m pip install numpy. Alright, once that's done, let's go ahead and just run the file now. And it rolled the dice for us. Let's go ahead and let's run it again. Now it rolled the 4. Alright, that's it on creating our Python environment. I hope you have learned something and you're able to start creating in Python. Now get out there and start coding.